Assalamu alaikum. My name is Farmanullah. Today we are going to talk about the clause. What is meant by clause and what is dependent clause, what is independent clause, and what is coordinate clause. Now, what is clause? Let's talk about that. Clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb. We can also call it that contains a subject. Clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a predicate of its own. In this example, I went to the store. So in these two statements here, I went to the store. Now in this statement, I is the subject and went to the store is the predicate. Because is the subordinate conjunction, and again I is the subject and needed milk is the predicate. So clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb, a predicate of its own. Let's move on to the dependent clause. Now, what is meant by dependent clause? Dependent clause is a group of words that contain subject and a predicate but cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. Now, dependent clause is a group of words. It has a lot of words. It is a group of words like sentence, and that contains a subject and a predicate of its own. But the most important thing is it cannot stand alone. It cannot stand alone, and it relies on an independent clause to complete its meaning. So because I forgot my phone, now this is the example of the dependent clause. It needs another clause to define its meaning. Now, although it was raining, but still I reached to my home. Now, this is now the complete clause. But here, although it was raining, it is dependent clause. Now, dependent clause means that it depends upon on the other clause to complete its meaning. Now, let's move on to the dependent clause, which is shown by the subordinate conjunction. We have two types of conjunction. One is subordinate conjunction and the other is coordinate conjunction. Coordinate conjunction just connect two statements with each other. Coordinate conjunction. So coordinate conjunction is like this one. But subordinate conjunction is are introduced by subordinating conjunction. The dependent clauses are introduced by subordinating conjunction. That is the very first thing, like you can recognize, or that this is the dependent clause. Dependent clause always need another statement to complete its thought. For example, because, although, if, unless, since, after, while, until, and although. Let's look to the examples, then we have a very good idea about that. Now, independent class. Dependent a class needs independent class. Independent class means is a group of words that contains a subject and a predicate of its own, but it can stand alone as a complete sentence. This is called the independent class. For example, I went to the store, so it is already explained, and they are coming over tonight, and she speaks three languages. This is also independent class. It doesn't require any of the class to complete its meaning. That is why it is independent class. And how it is class? Because class, we have already defined that class has a subject I, they, and she, and apart from that it has a predicate of its own. You see, are coming, speaks three languages, the predicate of its own. Let's move on to the coordinate class. What is meant by coordinate class? Now, a coordinate class is a class that is joined to another class of equal importance using a coordinate conjunction. So coordinate clause is because of the coordinate conjunction. Coordinate clauses are introduced by coordinating conjunction, as I said before. You see, such as, and, but, yet, so, and all of them. That is called coordinate conjunctions. Now, apart from that, let's move on to another. Coordinate clause are here, which is joined by coordinate conjunction, but, yet, and or. We can see here, I went to the store and I bought some milk. Coordinate clause. She is a doctor, but she is a researcher. The car is very fast, yet it is very unsafe. So this is, the coordinate clause. Now they are, you can see here, they are coming over tonight, or they will come tomorrow. So this is, the coordinate class. If you have any queries, any of the questions, so you can subscribe my channel also, like and comment, and also ask some questions if you have in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye bye.